Hello everyone, my name is Syed. I'm a third year medical student at the University of Leicester, and today I'm going to make a quick video outlining what sort of things to do in preparation for your interviews. And I'm going to talk about what sort of things you should wear, what to research, and also how to answer questions in general. So let's get into it. When it comes to choosing what sort of things to wear, in general for boys you'd like to wear something quite plain and quite professional at the same time. So a suit is quite common, or just wearing a shirt and a tie. And yeah, as long as it's plain, it's not over the top, and you're relaxed and able to answer questions without feeling constricted, that's all good. And when it comes to choosing clothes for girls, it's a similar sort of thing: a smart dress and smart blouse or top with plain colours and looks appropriate. So yeah, just keep that in mind when it comes to doing your shop. And when it comes to your general appearance, make sure that your hair is tidy. If you are wearing makeup, keeping it subtle. No big logos and graphics on your clothes, and just being really relaxed and confident as well is also part of your appearance. So it's easier said than done, but just trying to be as relaxed as much as you can during your interview will help you a lot. When it comes to actually preparing for your interviews, there's a little bit of theory to learn, such as the ethical pillars, which includes 4. So there's autonomy, being able to make a decision, non-maleficence, to not harm anyone, beneficence, to do good, and justice, to be fair. So those are the 4 pillars that you must know about, and you should also talk about them in your interview questions when appropriate. So yeah, that's something to learn about. Other things to know about is like the general NHS constitution, or how the NHS works, knowing about primary care, secondary care. So primary care is a GP, secondary care is a hospital, tertiary care is more specific, like surgical sort of hospital. So knowing about that sort of stuff is also quite useful. Another good thing to read up on is just the news and being on top of it. So if you ever need to or would like to talk about a certain topic and you remember something in the news that relates to this, if you can mention this in your interview, I think that will definitely help you. Another good thing to research about your university is whether it's integrated, problem-based learning, or case-based learning, and knowing the differences between all of these and which ones you would prefer, which learning process is the best for you. For me, I prefer integrated, as it's a mix of lectures and group work, so it's not too much of one style. So yeah, make sure you know which sort of teaching style you prefer, and research which ones or which medical schools offer this. And now, when it comes to answering interview questions, I think a good technique to have is to take at least 2 or 3 seconds, or a little more, to take a pause and think about what you're going to say. This helps you to structure your answer in a much more coherent and efficient way. It may not seem that big of a deal to take out a few seconds, but the difference is huge. And so yeah, definitely try to have a short pause. And to the interview, this will look like you don't just talk for the sake of talking. You did have a quick think and try to weigh up some pros and cons or whatever it may be before you answer the question. Also remember your hobbies and how you can use them at university. So for example, if you enjoy playing netball, you can continue that at university, and you can talk about possibly wanting to join the university's netball team. And if you tell this to the interviewers, it shows that you're a well-rounded person. You don't just study, you also like to do sports and relax. Oh, one more thing to mention: if you do have online interviews, a good technique in order to look like you're actually looking at your interviewer is to not look at the actual screen, but to look at the small camera within your laptop. So this way you're actually looking at the interviewer, whilst if you're looking at the screen, your eye is slightly off-center. So yeah, that's just another thing to implement within your interviews. Just be yourself during the interview. I know it might seem quite daunting, as there's a lot of students who are interviewing from many different backgrounds, and you may feel like in order to fit in you want to be like someone else, but you really don't have to do that. Just be yourself. Be happy and confident that you have got to this stage, and with a little bit of luck and a lot of hard work you will get through. So with all of you guys with interviews coming up, we wish you the best from me and from the rest of the WPMN team, and stay tuned for the future videos.